Leo, my ascendant brothers and sisters, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for us. What is the overarching theme or destiny for the day? For the week even, and it is the Justice card, right? So making decisions on what to move on, right? I don't necessarily suggest putting anything into motion because Mercury is in shadow. So by the end of the week, as we go in the 1st of July, that's it, the Mercury retrograde already kicks in. But the Justice card does suggest that this week you are making a decision. You're making a firm, grounded decision on where to go next, right? It does suggest as well that your work and professional or academic life is about to ramp up. It suggests that you're kind of now starting to build a plan. It's almost like you're building a platform or building a not a network, so to speak, but it does suggest that it's almost like you're making a choice to get a lot more focused. You're making a choice to get a lot more serious about the things that you do. And, you know, with the Justice card, it very often sees us committing to something a lot more, right? The Justice card can also spell out marriage. So this is probably about you making a choice to say, right, you know what, I'm ready to commit to this now. I know it's going to take some time. It's probably not going to happen overnight, but I'm going to start building into my life, into my work, into my routine, into my everyday, the things that I need in order to make this official, or in order to carry this off, or to make something a specific success. All right, so let's give it some context. What does it relate to? All right, and this week, yeah, that feels good. All right, this week we get the Chariot card. All right, so this is great. We're in Cancer season, so this is nice. The Chariot card does suggest that this week we are going through the process of subduing our own ego, right? This isn't about battling with yourself. It's not about, beating your ego into submission or anything like that. There's no battle here. There's because Libra rules the Justice card, so there's a Libran aspect to it. This week you're learning about yourself, right? It's almost like I see a lot of you collating data. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean sitting at a desk, doing statistics and stuff. Sometimes it can literally just be going over everything that you've experienced in the last year, 2 years. I mean, you're coming up to your solar return soon, so that makes sense, right? And looking at it and saying, right, okay, what have I learned from that? What can I do with it, and where can I take it next? The Chariot card is victory and success, but it's also about using your sheer force of will to get to where it is that you want to be. So the direction that your destiny is taking is kind of like you're looking at yourself and saying, right, you know what, I'm going to get all aspects of myself in check. Now that I know, now that I'm making this decision on where it is that I want to go, I'm going to get my ego on board so that we can drive towards this success together. I don't know, there's something about this week that it sees you becoming more complete in and of yourself. It sees you bringing yourself into more focus, into more determination. And I really like this because it suggests that your mind, your heart, your mind, body and spirit and heart are all functioning as one. And this week you're going to discover what it's going to take to get them all on board for a certain mission or goal. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so let's have a look at the Insight card. And this week we get the Knight of Wands, right? So what are you passionate about? In fact, it's not even about what are you passionate about. You know what you're passionate about. You know what you want. You know where you want to be. The Knight of Wands basically says you need to utilize that inner passion and you need to use that inner fire. And this week you will find it. And it's not going to be like a, you know, sometimes we get the angry fire, right? And we use that and we think, right, this has pissed me off and now I'm going to do something about it. You don't have that this week. What you have is a slow and steady, constant turning up of the dial. So it's like it starts as an ember and we're going to give it oxygen, you know, we're going to give it life, we're going to give it growth, maybe some bracken and all the rest of it. And then boom, all of a sudden you see like a little flame. This is about igniting that spark within you that is going to turn into a glorious flame, right? This is very much a phoenix from the ashes week. That's how I feel this. It's like we've done the combust bit, we've gone up in flames, and now we're like the little hatchling that's like, okay, that happened. Right, I'm ready to go, right? You know, I'm ready to grow into something so that I can reach the fullness of my cycle. This week we are not battling our egos, we're getting it on board. It's almost like, I don't know why, the only way that I can explain this is I am literally seeing 3 pieces of a puzzle going vroom. And it's kind of like those 3 pieces are the 3 aspects of self, mind, body and spirit, right? Yeah, that makes sense actually. Mind, justice, Libra, chariot, body, Cancer, spirit, Knight of Wands, right? So there you go, that would be why, Raph. Mind, body and spirit are coming together this week, and it's almost like you're going to, once they come together, you will know, because you'll have a moment where you just say, you know what, I know where I'm going from here, and I know how, now that all these pieces are working and functioning together, all I have to do is consciously direct them at the thing that I want to achieve from here on in. So it's going to be an interesting week for sure. Let me know, how it shapes up for you, and I will do the same. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you soon.